Hey guys, it's your girl Don't Touch My Toys, and I did my first ever live stream today on YouTube. I was using a different program to film this live stream, and I'll be honest, I thought I had it down, but I clearly didn't have it down like I thought I did. So there were a couple of hiccups. Thank you for those who joined while it was being filmed live. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to respond to every comment in the live. I was trying to figure it out and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I promise I will practice, and by the next one we will get it down. So enjoy this live stream. It is of an incredible Barbie estate sale that I went to this week, and let me know what you think. Let's connect in the comments. Hi friends of YouTube, I am going to go over a epic Barbie estate sale that I went to this week, so hope you can join me. And if you leave a comment for me in the comment box, I will see it. I will respond to you, so feel free to ask questions along the way. But yes, I found this estate sale on Facebook Marketplace, and basically it was a very terrible photo, but lots of really great dolls on this particular posting. And when I looked at the description of the sale, it said over 300 Barbie dolls, $20 each. And I really didn't believe that it was only $20 because I personally had seen in the photo Golden Dream Barbie. I saw Day to Night Barbie. Not only was it Day to Night, but it was the African American version, which, as you know, is extremely expensive. So I really just didn't believe that like that was going to be accurate. So I did I messaged the guy and I was like, hey, I just want to like confirm, is it truly only $20 per doll? And he said, yeah, it's 20 bucks. And I was really surprised by that, because I just thought, okay, I'm going to get the bait and switch. I think I have a little bit of trauma from some of the other estate sales that I've gone to in the past, where they list something and then when you get there, everything is like priced differently than what they stated on Marketplace. So it was a gamble going to this. I didn't really know if I was going to show up and things were still going to be available and things were going to be priced at the $20 that they stated in Marketplace. And I decided to get there early. Wasn't really sure if it would pan out or not. I think that I get kind of pessimistic when I go to some of these sales, because I've had so many times that I have gone to sales and things just have not panned out. Either I show up and they've already sold the stuff that I wanted to purchase, or it's just like, yeah, it's not what they presented online. So this sale was just like a dream. It truly was. I got there like 10 minutes before opening and there was nobody in line, which is a shock, because anytime I feel like I see Barbies to that degree, there is always like at least a handful of collectors there ready to get stuff. And there was nobody at this sale when I showed up. I showed up, I went to the door, they hadn't opened yet. And then somebody was in their car waiting for them to open. She came out when she saw me get in line, and we actually started chatting up, and we've met before, actually. She has met me at one of the local doll shows. And so we were just talking about, you know, what we saw in the pictures. And she told me, she said, well, I don't think it's going to be $20 per doll. And she said, I've been here before, and usually their stuff in the glass cases are priced. And so I started to kind of like be like, oh, I knew it was too good to be true. But when we went inside, they opened like 5 minutes later, and they did tell us, like, ignore the price tags on the dolls. Everything is $20. So yeah, needless to say, it was a very pleasant shopping experience. There was nobody really to fight over dolls with, which was great, because I have gone to sales before where you really have to grab the stuff you want like immediately, because I guess the sales that I've gone to have so many resellers that go to them that they just like clear shelves. Like they just open their IKEA bags and they're just like shoveling stuff into their bags. So this one was not like that at all. It was a very stress-free shopping experience, which was just heavenly because they had amazing, amazing dolls at the sale. And I will say that $20 is generally more than I typically spend on Barbies at estate sales. And I know that's going to make me sound crazy because $20 obviously is not a ridiculous price, but usually when I go to estate sales, I will buy dolls that are like $10 to $15. That's usually like the sweet spot at most of the sales I go to. To see some of the dolls that I have in this bag though for $20 was highway robbery. Okay. So let's just get into it. Okay. I'm going to go through some of the dolls that we picked up that day. I do want to start off by telling you about the doll that inspired this entire trip, because this place was about an hour and 15 minutes away from where I live. And yeah, I was so excited to go specifically for this one doll. And I'm sorry, friends of YouTube, I've seen your comments, but I don't know how to respond to them here with your name on them. I'm learning how to use this this new device here, so it's going to take me a minute to get really savvy and quick with it. But I do see your comments. So thank you, Justin Loves Toys and Lana Aries. I appreciate you for being here. And my friends on Instagram, thank you so much for joining me today. So let me just show you the doll that inspired this trip. This was the doll I was determined to get. This is the whole reason why I went to the sale in the first place. This doll has been on my wish list for honestly not that long, maybe like 3 years now. But she's very hard to find. And I have found her one additional time before, another Facebook Marketplace deal, but the buyer would not let her go for less than $200. So needless to say, I did not think I would ever receive this doll. She's always very expensive on eBay, on Mercari. She's just not a cheap doll. So this was the doll I went for first at the estate sale, and nobody else was even interested in her, which was crazy to me. But not everybody collects the genre of Barbie I collect, obviously. So this is the doll that I picked up from the estate sale. This is a Fashion Fever doll from the Modern Trends series. I believe this is a Leah face sculpt, but she is gorgeous. She is, like I said, from the Modern Trends collection, as you can see here. She's just gorgeous. I really, really love this girl. She does not pop up for me very often. There was a lot of Fashion Fever pictured in this sale. So I was really geeked for it because I personally don't see Fashion Fever at most estate sales that I go to. I see pink box dolls. I see earlier 2000s dolls, but I do not see Fashion Fever usually. So I was really stoked. This was my win. Once I received this, once I got her and she was in my hands and she was in my bag and the price was $20, I was just happy. Like I didn't care if I got anything else other than her. Now, usually when I go to estate sales, I zoom in on every picture of the estate sale and I kind of like map out all the dolls, like from most wanted to least wanted of what I'm going to, strive for. And this was one of my main ones. Once I got her, I knew that I wanted to get these next two dolls if they were still available. I really didn't think that they would still be there. I anticipated being a madhouse. I anticipated a lot of collectors being there. I anticipated, you know, them going for their first choices. And by the time I would get to that section, it'd be gone. But again, there was nobody really shopping there besides one other collector. And she was more of a vintage doll collector, mod era. So she wasn't really, you know, she didn't really, you know, care too much about the fashion fever dolls. So I was really in luck. I didn't have any competition going for the same dolls as me. So I picked her up. That was my first purchase. I was already over the moon about that. And then the second doll that I reached for was, where is she at? This one, guys. Golden Dream Barbie, still in the box. I think this is just such an iconic doll, and I do have her out of box. I recently got her, I think 2 years ago. I purchased her out of box at the Hill Country Doll Show in Texas, but to find one in the box, never removed, for $20, like that's unheard of. That's crazy. Her box isn't super minty, but it's still like in decent enough condition that I'm not going to take her out of the box. I'm going to keep her in her box on display. If you're new to, you know, my channel and me, how I collect, I am kind of going through not a phase. I'm kind of going through a transition right now with my collecting. And what I'm trying to do is buy some more of these iconic dolls that are in box and keep them in the box, keep them on display. I am trying to get away from having so much clutter on my shelves. Like this shelf right here makes my eye twitch. I don't like the way this looks anymore, but and I'm sorry, I'm sorry, YouTube, you can't see which shelf I'm talking about, but it's my most packed shelf. I've got like over 20 dolls just like on risers. And I really want to steer away from that way of displaying. I want my collection to not look as crowded. And the problem is I really do love these iconic, you know, 80s pink box dolls, but I don't play with these very much. That's the thing. Like I would say I'm more of a diorama collector. I like to get dolls and put them in dioramas, and I like to put them in creative, like photography type scenes and things like that. And I love these dolls. I love this era so much, but I just don't photograph them very often. I end up photographing a lot more of my modern dolls, surprisingly. So that's not to say that I want to just get rid of those iconic dolls of my childhood, but I just would rather have them displayed in a box like this, because I still want them, but I don't necessarily want them on a shelf open. You know, I want them to be like on display like a toy store. So this was a very, very happy win for me. So I'm very, very pleased to have Golden Dream in the box. So she was dreamy. She was a dreamy pickup. The second doll that I reached for when I was there was Pink and Pretty Barbie. So Pink and Pretty Barbie was also there. And again, all of these prices, it was universal pricing. So it did not matter if it was a mod doll, if it was, you know, an iconic pink box doll, or if it was an early 2000s doll, if it was a beach doll, they didn't care. Everything was $20. So yeah, how could I leave a Pink and Pretty Barbie in the box there for $20, right? I do also have her out of box. So what my plan is to most likely resell the out-of-box versions of these dolls and just keep the ones in box and keep those on display on the tops of my shelves here. So I'm really happy to have her. She is another icon. I mean, that alone was just like well worth it. So yeah, I had spent thus far $60, and this is what I spent $60 on, which is just, it truly is insane. I believe that these people that acquired this haul are like, I believe they told me they were like auctioneers. So they do like different auctions, and they get all of these items from auction. So I guess they just didn't want to deal with like listing all the stuff individually, because the prices on these dolls are ridiculous. Like I think Golden Dream right now online on eBay, she's going for like $200, which is just crazy. I've never in my life paid $200 for a Barbie, like ever, like not even Takata dolls. So yeah, this was a score of a lifetime. I will say I go to estate sales all of the time, and that is how I've really built this huge collection. But I have gotten really great deals over the years, but I have never, ever, ever, ever come across an estate sale that had dolls like these for the price that I paid. So it was so worth going to, even though it was an hour away. And I always encourage people, because there's a lot of people that are like, how do you find all this stuff? Like, how do you get so lucky? And I think that a lot of people, they want to get good deals, but they're not willing to really go the extra mile to get those deals. Like I talk to people all the time that like don't drive out of their city to get scores. And I'm like, I will personally drive up to, I would say at least up to 3 hours would be my max of driving to get a score. But if it's a place that I can just see, like no matter how many resellers are in line, no matter how many doll collectors are in line, that I'm going to leave with something that I want, I would drive up to 3 hours to go and get something. 80s Barbie Girl says that you bought a Golden Dream years ago on eBay for $30. Wow. Because there was a typo in the name. That is an incredible deal. Yeah, I think I paid $20 for my out of box Golden Dream Barbie, and she's not in perfect condition. I mean, she's got frays on her outfit. She's not even complete. And that was a steal for me when I got her for $20. So to get one that's never been removed from the box for that is unheard of. So really, really pleased with that. So the last doll that I was really determined to get, if nobody had grabbed her yet, was this one. And I don't have, I've never had this doll in box. I have the just the blonde version of her, but she is out of box. So I was able to also grab Day to Night Barbie, the African American version of her, as well at the sale, which was just great. Really, really great. Again, her box is not perfect, but I don't care. She hasn't been removed. She's still, everything is still like taped down, but she just has a little bit of, box wear here, but that's not a big deal to me. So I'm really, really happy to have her. I don't even have this doll out of box in my collection. So yeah, this was a great deal. I also looked up this because not because I want to resell her, but because I like to justify my purchases sometimes. Anytime that I spend hundreds of dollars on a score, I start feeling conviction about it. I start feeling really bad about it. So to make myself feel better about how much I spent that day, I ended up going on eBay to see how much these would have cost had I paid retail prices on them. And yeah, she is also extremely expensive. She's about $180 and up for this doll in the box. So yeah, really, really pleased. I'm very stoked to be able to swap out some of these dolls up here and put some of these icons. And then I'll also get to clear some space on that really crowded shelf that I have behind me. So yeah, we were on a roll. Those are my first pickups. And again, nobody was really fighting over anything. Everybody was very peaceful. There was one reseller that was present at the sale, and he was buying quite a bit, but he was being really chill. I was going through stuff, and he had like a whole box of dolls already that he had set aside for himself. And I was going through the dolls that were on a table, and he said, "Oh, well, if I put any of the stuff back that I'm not, that's in this box that I decide I don't want, I'll let you know so you can go through it." And I was just like, wow, that was really nice, because I'm not used to people being that chill when they're resellers. Usually they're like, yeah, very territorial over the stuff that they've picked for themselves. So, so yeah, that was really cool. And in fact, he did do that after he had kind of made, his rounds. He decided that he was going to put back some dolls, and he said, "Hey, do you want to go through this? I'm not going to take these after all." And so I peeked inside his box, and I did find one doll that I wanted. And if Barbie Dream Bay is still watching on Instagram, I saw this doll for the first time on Barbie Dream Bay's account. This is the hip Barbie. She has the CEO face sculpt, and she is from, let's see, 2000. I know she's 2000s, but I don't know when she came out. 2003. And this doll doesn't pop up. Yeah, there you are, Barbie Dream Bay. This doll does not pop up very often, but she's got a gorgeous face. I just love her face so much. And so he decided not to pick this doll up, and I ended up taking her from the box that he was going to pass on. So I was really, really happy to get this as well. I'm surprised that he didn't keep this, because he was a reseller. And although this is like originally a Playline doll, her original price tag is still on here, $4.99 at KB Toys. I think that what happened was I know he was Google Lensing everything. So I'm assuming that he Google Lensed her and he couldn't find a listing of this doll, because I don't think there is a single listing of her on eBay at present moment. He probably just thought, oh, she's not worth a lot, so he put her back. So I was really happy to get her, because again, I'm not going to resell this doll. I want her for my collection, but I just know how hard it is to come by this doll. I have never seen this doll in person. This is the very first time that I've seen this doll in the wild in person. Yeah, I've never even seen her at like Sherry's doll show or any of the doll shows that I've gone to. So really, really stoked about her as well. So moving on to some of the other things. In the first room where I received the Day to Night, the Golden Dream, the Fashion Fever doll, there was a bunch of mod and vintage dolls. And I really wish that I had the budget to get more stuff, but I went in with a strict budget, and I am gonna reveal that to you, because I know people are always curious, like, how much did you spend? How much did you spend? So my budget for this sale was $400. And it pains me to say that out loud, because I do not like spending that much money on doll hauls, but this was like a once in a lifetime type opportunity. So I decided that I was going to spend a little bit more than I usually do. So I had a cap at 400, because I did not want to exceed that, because I could have very easily exceeded that and bought more stuff. So I knew that I wanted to get at least one, maybe two mod dolls. I'm not necessarily a mod collector, but I have been coming up on mod as of recently at the thrift stores and things. And I used to just like resell mod when I would find it, but now I'm just like, you know what? It's a part of Barbie's history, and as a Barbie collector, I should have a couple of mod dolls in my collection, especially if I find them at the thrift store. It's crazy that I would just, sell it when I sometimes can find some that are really, really cool. So I think I've been getting more into mod. I'm starting to really appreciate it more. I don't think I'll ever become like a full-blown mod collector, but it's been fun to find, some mod dolls. So I did want to pick up a couple of mod dolls that I don't have yet in my collection. Lunar Doll says, mod is my total weakness. I don't know what it is about that era, but I love it. And CJ Doll says that they love mod as well. See, I'm probably going to end up being there, especially because like I feel like I've checked off so many off of my list now. I've checked off, all my childhood dolls for the most part. I've checked those off, the ones that I wanted. And then I started getting into the Y2K dolls, and I feel like I have most of those Y2K dolls now. I mean, this one was probably one of the last ones that I wanted. Oh, actually, there's one more. There's one more fashion. She's not a fashion fever. There's one more doll from the early 2000s that I really want for my collection, and she's very hard to get as well. But other than that, I mean, it's getting difficult. I have quite a bit of the dolls that I want. Andy, ignoring my question, which doll for your friend Aunt did I buy for my friend Andy? Andy, I will be honest. I have so many people that want me to shop for them. And I know you're just playing. I know that you're just joking around, but it gets very overwhelming when you're at these doll sales to remember all the stuff that your friends want. And the thing with me is, like, sometimes I do reach out to people that, I see something that I know that they've been looking for, but you got to be available. If I call you or I text you and you're not there to answer your phone, or you don't respond to me, I'm not going to pick things up. So a lot of times it's all timing that I end up not being able to get stuff for people. Gosh, I had 2 dolls that I wanted to share you that I picked up for Mod, but I don't know where I put the second one. Oh, actually, she's on my shelf. So this is one that I picked up. This is a Stacy, right? If I'm saying the wrong name, please let me know, because this is not my genre of collecting. But this is not in focus. Focus, camera. There we go. Oh, it's still focusing on my face. Anyhow, I picked up this one. This is Stacy, and her outfit is so cool. Like, that was the thing that, like, I wish that I had more money to spend, because I have a handful of mod dolls, but it was the clothes. When I tell you that the mod dolls that they had on display at the sale, they had amazing outfits on, and I Google Lensed some of their outfits, and they were like the complete outfits. Like, I looked up this gal's outfit, the one that she's wearing, and this outfit goes for so much, like so much. It's crazy. I mean, if I bought the doll separately, I'd still pay a decent amount of money for her because she's in pretty good condition. But even just the clothes she's wearing is crazy. And every time I go to doll shows, I see mod fashions, and they're so expensive, and they're not even in like minty condition, So yeah, very pleased to have her. She is the first that I have in my collection. I don't have any other Stacy dolls. And then, oh yes, let me grab her. She's in view. The second doll that I picked up was this Twiggy doll. I just thought she was so cute, and she's wearing her original outfit, so I was able to pick her up. She has an old price on her too. It said $80 here on her tag, but yeah, she was only $20. So really, really loved her. I just think she's really cool. She still has her rooted lashes, look really nice. Her hair looks good. So I was really happy about this. That's one of the things about mod. I'm very intimidated by mod because I don't know how. I just feel like they're so fragile. I'm so terrified that I'm going to not be able to restore them the best way. So I do really, really like this one. Lunar Doll says the green outfit, Wild Things, which is this one. It's very hard to find. I think it goes for like 100 plus on eBay. Yeah. So I mean, again, this was my chance to get a couple of mod dolls to add to my collection. So these were the 2 that I chose for myself. There were some Francies, and I did make some edits to my shopping bag throughout that, shopping trip. And I went back to get a Francie because out of all the mod girls, Francie's my favorite. But when I went back, somebody had taken all the Francies. So Francie was no longer available, which is fine. But yeah, I was happy to add these two to my collection. So these are really, really cool. I do want to, I tried to also get dolls that like weren't going to need a lot of restoration, because I don't know how to restore these dolls. And I am intimidated by it. I don't want to damage them. I don't want to, if I can, I don't want to have to deal with like green ear and all of that stuff, because I don't know the process with it, and it's just like really scary to me. Lana Aries says that she loves Mod Doll's eyes. Yeah, they're so cool. I mean, they're just so different, and I don't know. I thought these were really, really cool, so I'm really happy to have these, and I mean, even better that they already came with complete fashion, so I don't have to worry about sourcing authentic mod fashions, you know. I mean, I could very well like use my vintage mod dolls and dress them in current clothes, and they would still look cool, but right now I'm still wanting to keep them in those original mod outfits. So I was really happy to get both of those. So I did end up picking up more Fashion Fever. Yeah, green ear, it's intimidating, and I've seen different hacks with it. There's a lot of great people on YouTube and Instagram that do these, you know, restoration tutorials and videos, and they show all the different ways, but it's a process. It takes a lot of patience as well, because some of these treatments that they do on the dolls to restore them, it's not just like a quick fix. It's like you need to dip them in this solution and let it soak, and then, you know, put more of this cream on it, and it takes a long time. So I try to, if I can, get dolls that don't need as much cleanup, and then the ones that I find that do need extra help, I usually will like put them up in a claim sale or something like that. So I did pick up some Fashion Fever outside of my wish list, girl. I just don't find Fashion Fever often, so I did get a little crazy. If you have been following my account for a while, then you know that one of my ultimate grail series of Barbie was Fashion Fever Tokyo. And this last year was the year that I finally got all of the dolls from that series. And I promptly unboxed all of those dolls as well. Like I one of them I received out of box, and then the other three were in box, but I took them out. And I just was like, man, I really wish, I don't like to be a collector that has a bunch of duplicates, but I just think that series is so cool. That was one that I said I would like to also have these in box to display. So they had Kayla there, and I picked her up as well. I do have her out of box. She is on display, but I decided to pick her up so I can keep her in her box as well. So now I currently have 2 Fashion Fever Tokyo dolls that are on display in their original box as well. So now I need 2 more to go. So really stoked about that. Barbie Dream Base says, AKA me. I mean, I can't do that with every doll series. I can't have duplicates of every single doll series, but there are some that just have really iconic box art that it's just nice. You know, like I had mentioned with the Golden Dream, I'm not going to keep the duplicates of these. I'm going to most likely resell my out-of-box one and only keep the one in box. But for like the Fashion Fever Tokyo, this one I do intend to like play with more often and photograph. So I do want a minty one that just always stays in the box. So Barbie's Mermaid asked how much all of these dolls were. So every single doll that I'm showing to you guys today was $20. It was a universal price. So it didn't matter if it was a beach Barbie or if it was a mod doll, it was going to be only $20. So needless to say, that's why I spent so much money. That's why I was a little bit more lenient on my budget, because this type of sale does not happen often for me. I do go to a lot of sales. I do get a lot of hauls, but I don't typically find like high value dolls like this. I will find like your Playline dolls that aren't super, super expensive, you know, but these were all like dolls that I would never pay retail price for. So I did take advantage of that. So the remaining Fashion Fever dolls, I got 4 additional Fashion Fever dolls that I don't have because I am in my Fashion Fever era right now. I'm really obsessed with Fashion Fever. So I picked up this one, this Teresa. I thought she was really pretty. I don't have her yet. I love just the fashions on the early 2000s dolls. So I did get this Teresa. She's gorge. And then this one I was really stoked about because I also don't see this one pop up very often. This one is named Kira. Super, super pretty gal. So I got her. And then, let's see. Sorry, there's like a glare on these. I picked up 2 of Barbie with different outfits. So this one has like the little guitar and the little plaid skirt. I love her boots. She has really cute boots on. And then the last one was this Barbie Fashion Fever. So 4 additional Fashion Fevers to add to my collection. I don't know that I'm going to debox all of these. I might keep a few of these just to keep in their package. I think I do want to take Kira out, but I probably am going to keep these 3 and just leave them in their packaging because I think Fashion Fever on display is just really, really nice. I really get excited when I see Fashion Fever in box in people's doll rooms. I don't know if you guys have seen the account Barbie and Chill, but I swear that account is just so dreamy. It's on Instagram and she keeps all of her stuff in box and she just, wow. When you see like that many iconic 2000s dolls in box, it's really fun. So yeah, I probably will debox Kira, but I think those other 4 I'm going to keep in box. So these 2 were definitely coming out of the box. I'm 100% going to debox these, and I might just do a separate YouTube video deboxing some Fashion Fever dolls so I can give you an up-close look at them in high definition. So moving on here, I did contact one of my friends. Again, I told my friend I was going to the sale as I was driving over there, and I called him to see if he could FaceTime, and he answered. And I did pick up a couple of dolls for him. So let me show you what his haul is. It was a Teresa haul. So I picked up these 3 dolls for my friend. So these are not keeps for me. This is Princess Barbie. I think that she is a German release doll. It has like different languages here on her box, but I looked this up as well because I was curious about it. I had never seen this before. And yeah, I didn't see too many of these online, but I think this is a really cool find. And my friend said that they wanted this, so I picked this up for them. And then I also picked up these 2 dolls for him. So he got All American Teresa still in her box. So this is one. And then I also picked up All Stars Teresa for him as well. So I have 3 dolls here that I'll be sending out to my friend here soon. But I mean, there were so many dolls there. I saw Flight Time Barbie. I saw a lot of, it was crazy because it was all genres. I saw a lot of the princesses of the world, like the Portuguese Empire. What else did I see? I saw Astronaut Barbie. Goodness, what else? Just, yeah, I can't think of it now that I'm put on the spot, but like a lot of really good dolls there. So I did leave with an IKEA bag full of stuff, but I just left so much stuff behind. I mean, really, anybody who would have went to that sale would have probably left with something good. So Another fun surprise at the sale that I was not expecting was I found 2 Japanese released Barbie dolls, and I don't have a single one of these that are still in the box. And I did pick up one of these for a friend of mine, and then I'm keeping one for myself. Hi, Lily. So I was very excited to get these. I have a soft spot for the Barbie, the Japanese released Barbies. I just really, really like the eyes on those Barbies. They're a little bit more kawaii and anime style, and I'm really into those. And I want to thank Lunar Dolls, who is in the chat, for selling me some of those, because that's what's helped build my collection. I have about maybe like 4 different out-of-box Japanese released Barbies, but I always have wanted one in the box to display, because I just love that they have the kanji writing on the box. I just think they're really cool. And I have seen these a couple of times at the doll shows, but they're always very expensive. So I did pick up 2 of these Japanese released Barbies, and I will not be taking this out of the box. So I picked this one up for a friend of mine, and then this one is mine to keep. I'm still going through it. I still have 3 Barbies left to show, Dalai Lama, but I will show you. We'll go back through them. So yeah, these are really, really cool. If you're not familiar with the Japanese release Barbies, they have really, really cutesy eyes. Like, I just love their eyes. This is the one I'm going to keep for myself. I just think she's so gorgeous. I love that she has the brown eyes with the blonde hair. You don't see Barbie a lot of times with the blonde and brown hair. Usually she has like green or blue eyes. So this is really, really fun. I'm super, super stoked about this. And then I'll be sending this one out to my friend here. But super, super fun. I cannot wait to put these on display in my room. So yeah. Lunar Doll says, the one in the maid outfit is so cute. Oh my God. I know, she's super cute. So she is the doll that came with the Japanese exclusive bakery set. And I have the American version, which is like, it looks like a little bakery house. And it folds open. And the one in Japan was a red little house. Same exact structure, same contents, except that it's red. It's super, super cute. And this is the doll that was released to go with that playset. So I'm really, really happy to have her. I think she's super kawaii, and she's going to look great with some of my other Takata Barbies and Maba Barbies. So really, really happy to have this. Zoe's Zeppelin says, I'm not even into Barbie, but I sure love getting educated about all things collectibles. Yeah, I've always loved Barbie, and I'm just like so happy that I have been able to start collecting again. I started collecting again Barbie back in like 2016, I believe, is when I started collecting her again. Up until that point, I was collecting dolls, but I was collecting Takata dolls and I was collecting pull-up dolls. And then I finally started collecting Barbie again, and it's been a slippery slope since then, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. Okay, so we have a couple of items left here. So I did pick up 2 more iconic dolls from the 80s. And then we're going to leave off with a very, very hard to find 2000s release doll. So these weren't necessarily on my like wish list, but again, I had 20 dolls that I could buy for myself. My budget was $400. So that meant I had 20 dolls that I could choose. And I was kind of going back and forth, but these dolls, again, I don't find them in box very often. So I picked up Nurse Whitney. And then I also picked up Sweet Rose's PJ, which if you're a child of the 80s, you know that these are very, very hard to find in the box for a good price. And at $20 a piece, how could I leave these behind? So I did pick these up. These came home with me. And then the very last doll that I picked up I did not even know about. There is a series called The Barbie Diaries, and they don't pop up at estate sales that I go to, at least. I never find Barbie Diaries in box. And this one I did not know was even a doll that was in production, but I saw her in the photos of the estate sale and I zoomed in. I was like, oh my God, that's Barbie Diaries. I have to try and find that when I go to the sale. And when I went, she was still there. This is a very, very hard to find doll. This is the Barbie Diaries Tia. And this one came out in, let's see, 2005. This doll came out. So she's really, really gorgeous. I love her little outfit as well. I love her socks. She has like these like, well, you see the little tube socks with the little stripes on them. She's super, super cute. So really, really pleased to get her. I still can't wait to find, yes, an icon. I still am looking for Raquel. Once I find Raquel, I'll be really, really just like content with my 2000s collection, and I can just put a pin in it and feel, you know, like I've gotten everything I want from that series. But yeah, this was a very unexpected find. So yeah, I just want to take a look at some of your comments. Fiona's Imagination says, congratulations on the great find. Thank you so much. My Inspired Niche says, I saw you load up your huge green tote with your amazing doll finds. Yeah, I was definitely like hyperventilating a little bit, especially when I first walked in there, because I just couldn't believe that these dolls were for sale there. I really was just stoked. It was a very pleasant shopping experience. I'm not used to that. Usually when I go to these type of sales, it's a very stressful, it's very fun still, but it's stressful, you know, because you're trying to get the dolls that you want and you're hoping that they'll still be there. You're hoping that the prices will be good. You're hoping that nobody else will get it before you. But this was just such a relaxed, pleasant shopping experience, and everybody was just chill. Like I said, the reseller guy was telling me, hey, you can go through my box. I'm not going to take the stuff after all. If you want anything, like one of the dolls I had, I think I did originally pick up a Francie. I did originally pick up a Francie. And then one of the other collectors there, we were chatting it up, and I told her, I think I might put this one back. And oh no, it wasn't a Francie. It was a Walk Lively doll with the Steffi face. She was gorgeous, but I liked these two other mod dolls better. And I said, yeah, I think I am going to put her back. And she's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, do you want her? I said, here, take her if you'd like her. So she ended up taking that. So that made me happy too, that, you know, she also left with some really good stuff. But I feel like it was just, I wish every estate sale could be that way, where everybody like leaves with good stuff and the vibes are good. And it's just not, you know, it's not a stressful environment. So I also found one last thing I just saw at the end of my bag. This is so silly, but I love stuff like this. And I don't know what it came with, but I found this cardboard cutout. It says Happy Holidays Barbie, and it just has this gorgeous photo of Barbie on it. I just think this is so cool. I'm just going to frame this and hang it up on my wall in my Barbie room. I just think it's really, really pretty. I love doll photography. So any type of like Barbie ephemera, Barbie posters, I just think is really, really fun from this era. So yeah. So I'm going to do a quick recap, because I know I had some people that like hopped on, you know, in the middle of the live. So we're going to do another quick recap of everything that we got. I'll go ahead and start with Fashion Fever, since that is collectively what I got the most of at the sale. So this was my wish list, girl. This is the whole reason why I even, you know, spent the time and energy going to this. So this is a Modern Trends Fashion Fever doll that I've been wanting to get for many years. So picked up her. We got this Kira Fashion Fever. Gorgeous. Love her. Going to take her out of box for sure. These other 4 Fashion Fevers I'm going to keep in their box. I'm going to just keep these on display, but really, really stoked to get these for such an affordable price. So, of course, this is my favorite out of the bunch. This is the Fashion Fever Tokyo Kayla doll, still in box. And then I got these two Barbies from Fashion Fever. And then the last one being Fashion Fever Teresa. Oh my gosh, you're so right. I did miss two important things that I meant to show you. How could I forget about these two? So I did see in the picture of the sale, I saw Happy Family. And if you have been collecting Barbie for a while, you know that Happy Family is crazy expensive. So I was very, very stoked to find these. I was hoping that they would be Happy Family grandparents, preferably the African-American grandparents, because those are the ones that I'm missing right now. But it wasn't those, but I was still stoked to see these pop up. So starting off with this one, I also found Happy Family Neighborhood there. And this is like the different variant with Midge. She doesn't have, you know, the pregnant belly. She's already had her baby. She's already, you know, got a little toddler. So I did find Happy Family Neighborhood there. And there was one additional Happy Family box set there that I was like really geeked about. I also found the same doll series, but the African-American version. So this was really cool, like really, really cool. I did see one additional Happy Family box, but the doll had been removed from it. So I don't know. Honestly, I didn't look to see what doll it was, but these were the only two like Happy Family that I saw that still had the dolls and everything in it. So let's see. I'm just reading your comments. I seen some Happy Family in your clip. Did you pass? No. Yeah, here they are. These are the ones that I picked up. So yeah, really, really stoked to have these. I don't have this one yet. I do have the African-American version of Midge with her belly. So I do have that one, but I don't have this one yet. And I just love these little babies. I think these little babies are just the cutest. I have a lot of the Happy Family Neighborhood babies on display in my daycare diorama. So yeah, they have a bunch of really cute little babies from this series that are really, really fun. So yeah, that was also part of this haul. So again, it was an incredible day. I'm stoked that I was able to pick these up. That's why, again, like people always ask like, oh, how do you do it? How do you find them? Check, you know, Craigslist, estatesales.net, check Facebook Marketplace, your antique stores, yard sales. I mean, I've been going to yard sales and really finding some fun stuff. So it takes work. It does take work to get some of these things, but it's out there. It's out there. You got to just do a little bit of research is all. But again, just kind of showing you some of the goods that we got, because I have not posted pictures yet. I wanted to do an actual live on Instagram to show everybody before I posted pictures of it. So yeah, I'm super happy to share these finds with you guys. I know that y'all like to see my hauls, and I love seeing other people's hauls all the time. I'm super nosy. Anytime somebody goes shopping or goes on a doll show trip, I want to see what they ended up choosing and picking for their collection. So I'm happy you guys get some joy and fun out of seeing these as well. So last two to show you, Pink and Pretty Barbie and Golden Dream Barbie. So yeah, it was a great day. I also have collector's luck, Cosmo says. Yeah, I mean, I will say I do get quite lucky. I do. it's just funny because like I had mentioned that it's funny on March 16th, I had made a post on Instagram and I said, I posted an old video, a throwback video, and I was just like, oh, I'm just manifesting another estate sale like this in my future. And then literally the very next week, this estate sale popped up on my Facebook Marketplace. So I do believe in putting out those good vibes and trying to manifest stuff to come into my life. And yeah, it definitely worked this time because this was an incredible sale. The Dalai Lama says, am I in California? Yes, I am in Northern California now. I used to live in Southern California. We moved up here almost 2 years ago now. So I will say too, where I'm at now, there's not as many estate sales with Barbie like there was in Southern California. I'm not sure why that is. I'm assuming it's because maybe the Mattel headquarters is in SoCal. So gosh, living over there was estate sales with Barbie like once a week. And where I'm at currently, I may go to a doll sale like maybe twice a year. There may be an estate sale that I find that has a lot of Barbie. So this one was just, yeah, it was definitely one that couldn't be missed. Whenever we have a sale here that has a lot of Barbies, I try my best to make it out to it because we don't get sales like that as frequently in Northern California. Let me see what other comments I have. Lunardoll says, this is inspiring me to do a show and tell from my trip to Japan. I really hope that you do, because I personally want to see what you got from Japan, like up close. I want to hear your stories. I want to know how much you spent on the dolls over there. I know I'm not the only person that enjoys seeing stuff like that. So you definitely should. I encourage you to. And let me check up on some of these YouTube comments. Yes, Jess, a day tonight. Yes, it was a great one. And Lana says, I love Facebook Marketplace for doll shopping. Yeah, I've found some really good hauls on Marketplace. Typically, I'm not finding box dolls. I'm usually finding out-of-box dolls, like huge collections, like bins of naked dolls or bins of dolls that are dressed. But the problem with that is like, a lot of times, like I prefer an estate sale because I want to be able to kind of cherry pick what I want. Because when I buy huge hauls like that, it's so much work because sometimes I'm only finding like 2 or 3 dolls out of an entire collection that I purchased that I actually want to keep for myself. And then it's like the daunting task of, okay, great. Well, now I have to like clean these up. I need to resell all the stuff I'm not going to keep. And that's fun sometimes, but I would much prefer, if I'm shopping for my own personal collection, to just be able to go and pick out the 1 or 2 items that I want to keep for myself. Lunar Doll says, I'm in Portland, but I'll do it on Whatnot when I'm back home in Seattle. But spoiler, I spent around $2,000. You know what? You going to Japan, you should definitely expand your budget because you're not paying tariffs. You're not paying shipping prices. I mean, the tariffs and shipping prices for orders in Japan alone is going to set you at least $150. And that's like not even for like a huge box. So, you know, I'm going to Japan in November, most likely. And I am working on having a nice, juicy budget so I can shop like that and just spoil myself a little bit. So we are, scaling it back with our normal doll purchases outside of this freak estate sale that just, happened. But I have been really budgeting very strategically with my doll spending. Like the month of February, I think I spent maybe $80 on dolls. January was insane though. I spent way too much money in January. And then now, because of this haul, March is also going to be a high spend month. But going forward, unless it's just something ridiculous that I won't find again, I'm trying my best to scale it back on my purchases. And exactly, you said it's the first time that you went to Japan, so you went ham. Rightfully so. Like, YOLO, go for it. Kyoko says, I love Lika-chan and Jenny dolls. Me too. That is my weakness. That is my weakness. That's where most of my doll collecting focus is right now, is with Takata dolls, with trying to complete my Friends of Jenny series, and some of those like really harder to find like castle exclusive dolls and fashions. Lana says, are you getting any of the new basic dolls? So I actually got this one recently. I've been seeing so much like hate on this doll. Like it's funny because I feel like so many people were really happy about him when the stock photos came out. I heard so many people that were like, oh, I'm going to get him. I definitely want him. But now that people have received him, I've been seeing so much negativity about this Ken doll. Like a lot of people just don't like his like head, I think is what I heard. Like they said that something to do with his head. Obviously mine is still in the box. I haven't taken him out yet, but I know some people were like not super happy with him. But I mean, I think he looks cool. I'm probably going to put a bunch of tattoos on him, and I don't know. I don't know about his hair yet. I'm not great with styling hair, so if I really truly don't like his hair after I debox him, I'll probably just put a beanie or a hat on him. So we'll see. But yeah, the basics dolls, I purchased that one, and I did get the Barbie Basics #2 kit, the one with the Lara face molds, which I'm obsessed with that Lara doll. I just think she's the most gorgeous, like probably one of the prettiest dolls I've ever had in my collection for newer stuff. I just think she's magnifique. She's just absolutely gorgeous. Justin loves dolls. I love the castle dolls. The Takata doll with fashion color hair is so cute. I know. Yeah, I'm obsessed with castle dolls too. And there's still new dolls that I find and discover in the world of Takata, which is what is so fun about it. Like I'm always learning something new or finding something new or something that I've never seen before that I want to add to my wish list. So Lana says that the Ken is skipper size and his hair is hard. Oh, wow. He's skipper size? I did not know that. He's a short king. Okay. Okay. I'm probably going to unbox him this weekend. I have so many projects to do. So many projects coming up, guys. I have been kind of not posting as much of my long format videos on YouTube recently, but I'm still working on stuff behind the scenes. I'm just not ready to film it yet because it's still like a work in progress. But more longer content videos are coming to YouTube very soon. I'm currently working on a collaboration with Cosmo Does Dolls, and I cannot wait to show you that video because that is a special project that means a lot to me personally. So I'm really, really stoked for that. And it involves Ken, which yay, Ken needs more love. Ken needs a little bit more clout. So I'm very excited for that coming up. But yeah, lots of things in the works behind the scenes here at Casa Don't Touch My Toys. So be on the lookout for some new videos. In the meantime, I am still posting my shorter shopping videos on YouTube for you to enjoy in the meantime. He fits in the Harry Potter pajamas, just seeing says about the Barbie Basics. Wow. Okay. So he is petite. Lunar Doll says, I went to see if they had them in store and they told me they all sold out online. So in store might be another couple of months. I think you're talking about the Live dolls, right? And then Busy Collecting Barbie says, I'd love to know how you found German Francie in California. That was really lucky. So, you know, I did not know who German Francie was. I saw that was a yard sale that I went to a couple of weeks ago. And at that yard sale, they had posted in the description of the yard sale that they were going to have Barbies there. And they did post a picture, and I saw Tuesday Taylor, I think that's her name. I saw the Tuesday Taylor doll, and I saw a couple other Migo dolls there. And I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to go check this out. And so I got up and I went, and they had a bin of mod fashions for $1. So it's just like, oh my God. So I ended up buying some fashion pieces there because I did recently, I think it was the same week. That same week I had found those mod dolls at the thrift store. I think I found like 3 or 4. So I needed clothes for them. So I went there to buy vintage clothing. And then I did see the German Francie. And the reason why I picked her up was because she was wearing an outfit that I wanted. The clothes that she had on is what I really wanted. But then I was curious about the doll and I'd never seen her before. So I went ahead and Google Lensed her. And I think I might have asked in a Facebook group who this doll is. And they were like, oh my God, that's a German Francie. So it was pure luck, honestly. And that lady, her prices were so reasonable. I think I paid maybe like $5 to $7 for the German Francie doll. But again, you just never know what you're going to find at some of these sales. So it's always fun to go out and explore and see what you can get. I've managed to find some really rare things and hard to find things. And shopping in the wild is my favorite. I like to go and find things myself rather than, just buy it on eBay or things like that. Yes, Lunar and my Stitch and Dollyverse are talking about Leica dolls being at Hot Topic. And I'm really excited for that personally. I'm excited for it for two reasons. I don't even really collect modern Leica for the most part, but I'm excited for it because if there's going to be easily available Leica-chan dolls stateside, that means that a lot of people are going to be purchasing those, and they're eventually going to end up at the thrift store, and that's when I can come in and go and find them at the thrift store for a fraction of the price. So I'm personally stoked about Leica coming to the United States. Obviously, Jenny is not going to be coming to the United States because they don't really make Jenny dolls. She does have reappearances sometimes with the hashtag Leica series. And then they did have the anniversary Jenny come out. But yeah, it's still not going to be the same. Like the Jenny of the 80s and 90s is the iconic Jenny. And I don't think we'll never get that again. So I will still continue to spoil myself on Zen Market and buy Japan and get some of those harder to find Jenny dolls that I want. Lunar asked, did I get the anniversary Jenny doll? I did not buy her, and I regret it. I didn't buy her though. She's gorgeous though. I have seen her and she's really beautiful. So I don't know. I just feel like I have so many Jenny dolls right now. Like I have like a ton of standard Jenny, and I have the Totoko Jennies, I have the Playline Jennies, I have the very like new Jennies, but right now my focus is on completing my Jenny friends and some of the boyfriends. I have all of the boyfriends now, but I'm trying to get more of the Totoko versions of the boyfriends. Jenny dolls were hard to find when they were being made. Yeah, I don't have any versions of that Jenny with the GINNY Jenny dolls. I don't have any of those in my collection as of now. What was that name of the doll I recently found at the thrift store? She was a Japanese release doll. She was a clone of her though. It wasn't the actual doll, but she looks very Showa retro. She's really, really cool. But yeah, that's where I'm at for today though, guys. I really thank you guys for joining me on this live, on this show and tell. And I hope to do more lives now on YouTube now that I am still navigating this new platform. I hope to do some more lives on YouTube as well. I just wish that there was a way I could do a live for both Instagram and YouTube at the same. I prefer the YouTube live, so I may shift over to exclusively YouTube lives and just tell my Instagram friends to come over to YouTube, because this platform is a lot easier for lives because I can chat much simpler on my computer. Let me read some of these comments on Instagram real quick. When you're in Japan, visit the Totoko store in person. He has a ton of Jenny boyfriend Totoko dolls. I don't know if you saw recently too. I saw another account that recently went to the Totoko store and they posted like a bunch of stuff too. So yeah, I'm excited to go see it in person. I have never been there, so I'm really stoked. The last time I was in Japan, I wasn't really like looking for like Jenny dolls. Surprisingly, I was looking more for remint, and I was looking for pull up because I was heavily collecting pull up dolls at the time. So now this is going to be my first time like actually shopping in Tokyo with a mission to find Jenny stuff. And I've seen ex Canadensis videos on her Tokyo trips, and she has I feel like I'm going to relate to how she shopped, because she said, well, I went, but I wasn't finding the stuff I was looking for. Like I went to a lot of places in Tokyo, but I wasn't finding the Jenny dolls I wanted. I was finding just like Playline stuff where she was like, I was finding stuff that was overpriced, and I can get it cheaper on Zen Market, she was saying. So I was just like, huh, that's an interesting concept. Because yeah, like I don't know. I'm excited to see what they have. Obviously, it's always something new. Do I have any Jenny houses? Kyoko says. I don't have any Jenny houses, only because I don't have any room for any more house structures, and the shipping to get one of the houses here from Japan would be just like so expensive. So there is one house that I really, really love, and it's like neutral colors. It's like I think it is a 2-story house. It's still compact, but I believe it is 2-story. Really, really cool. But I do not currently own any Jenny homes. But I do have all of my Takata dolls in a house, but I have them in my pink and pretty house, because I have a pink and pretty house mansion right now with 2 houses built together. So I have all of them in the mansion right now. But I do like a lot of the Jenny furniture and the Jenny accessories and stuff. I think it's really, really cute. And then of course I collect remint. So I have a lot of like remint little miniatures that look fantastic in that kawaii type setting. So I'm excited to see what I buy in Japan. I don't know, because I collect all sorts of things, not just dolls. So I'm excited to even go buy certain clothes there. Like there's a couple of fashion brands that I'm really into that are, you know, in Japan. I'm excited to go buy makeup. I'm excited to go and get all that fun stuff that is at the makeup stores that is exclusive to Japan. I'm just excited. It's been 10 years since I've been back in Japan, so it's long overdue. My friend from Okinawa is going to meet me in Tokyo, so I'm really excited to see him. It's been too long, and he speaks fluent Japanese, so that's going to be wonderful, because my Japanese is very skoshi, and it's not that great. So yeah, I would feel much more comfortable going with somebody who's like super fluent, only because like I would like to shoot content while I'm out there, and I want to be able to ask permission and you know, be able to explain what I'm wanting to do. And I feel like if I spoke the language fluently, it'd obviously be easier to communicate my intentions with shooting any content. So I think that it's going to be a beautiful trip. I'm so stoked. And I do want to take along my camera and whatnot, so I can shoot some content and give you, bring you along with me basically when I go shopping over there. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast, and I cannot wait. But I am going to sign off for now. Again, I want to thank YouTube, and I want to thank everybody here on Instagram for joining me today. And until next time, you know, we'll hang out soon. Let me know in the DMs or in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to talk about on the next live, and we can make it happen. All right. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all later.